Okay, this hangout on air is live. Mr. Ferraro, how seriously do you take me right at
Whoa.
this moment?
Mr. Cooper, how are you? You look fantastic. Is the recording capturing the essence that is that look?
I don't know.
Because
Ah! I
there
feel
was
like
a
I gotta do that
commercial a few years ago that you would have appeared in. I can't remember what product it was for, but you look fantastic.
I feel as though I could be a recurring character on Downton Abbey.
Don't watch it, nor does our target audience, our students, but I love the reference.
Nor do I, but I am aware of it socially. I'm aware that Downton Abbey
You're quick.
was
You're quick.
was
Speaking of being aware, how about my prop of the night?
um I believe that maybe our target audience does not know what that is. What would that be?
Well, make no mistake about it, it's not a trash can. It's a toy box. It's the original toy box I got for Christmas many moons ago. I'm in my parents' house today, and the R2D2 toy box is still existing. Saw it at a tag sale a few years ago, about 10 years ago, excuse me, for $250. And I would not even think about selling it, but I can only imagine that it's going to be able to put my kids through college someday.
How about that? All right, I think I
Uh,
need to take off the monocle and
out.
the stash now.
All right,
I'm
as you,
leaving the sound effects ready to go. There you go.
Mr. Cooper is playing with Google Hangout. There's no doubt about it. You've had a big summer. What question do we have tonight? Because I'm feeling pretty spiced up.
You mean besides why did I stay up until 4 a.m. watching Braveheart again? The question,
Braveheart falls into the category of maybe 6 or 7 movies that if they're on, you must watch them.
I know I kept every 5 minutes. I said, "Oh, I'm just going to watch this scene," and
Yes.
I watched the whole thing.
I feel the same way about Twilight. I mean, no, Shawshank. Sorry, Shawshank.
I say, yeah, I feel that way about Shawshank as well. Tonight we kind of called this video together tonight because I actually had someone write to me about this question. I won't mention any names, but here's tonight's discussion. Describe a place or environment where you are perfectly content. What do you do or experience there, and why is it meaningful to you? I'm sure the laughter did not escape you there, Mr. Ferraro.
No,
So
I was wondering about that little chuckle there. I didn't chuckle when you wore a monocle, and I want to know why you're attacking my question.
I'm not attacking the question. I just would not choose to write this question, nor would I recommend that anyone write this question. And the student who wrote to me said that as he was writing it, he felt that everything he wrote was cliche and not really a true depiction of his personality. And my response to that is the reason why is because the question is cliche and you can't avoid it. So my advice to our viewers and to our students who are thinking about this is to not touch this question. Go ahead, and then I'll tell you how I really feel, but I want to hear how you feel about this,
You
Mr.
have a sound effect that's like a boo or a hiss
Let me see.
while you look.
Wait,
Now,
let me try that again. Let me try that again. Hold it. Ready?
and now I won't be able to sleep tonight.
Okay.
Uh, no, you know why? Because I think I did bash a question earlier in our Hangouts, but this question is unbelievably good. I don't understand how this is a cliche. I don't understand how you even go down the cliche road because to me, students, this is the perfect question. Let me stop. Are there kids across the country that are going to be writing about the same place that you are?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, there will be. But what do you bring to it? Is the pitcher's mound your favorite place? Of course it is. You're darn right it is. You're darn tootin' it is. But what do you bring to it? How fresh is your language? How can you now take this place that Cynthia in Idaho wrote about and squirt a little lemon juice in the eye of the reader? Make the language fresh. Show that you've thought about this place. Don't pick your room. Don't pick in front of the Netflix computer screen. Pick something that shows a little introspection and knock it out of the park.
Okay. Now, I'll answer that question. What can you bring that whatever who's he what's it's from Idaho didn't do? And the answer is nothing. I've read that story, Mr. Ferraro. I've read the story about, oh, the pitcher's mound. Heck, I've even read the story. My place where I'm completely content and myself is on the drama stage, where I become someone else. I've read it. You know why? And here's me being blunt. This question stinks. It's a stupid question. I hate it. I hate everything about it. It's whether you're on the pitcher's mound or the drama stage or on top of the Empire State Building. It's all the same stupid thing, and I hate this question. I don't like it, and I think everyone should avoid it.
Greatest Google Hangout in history. But let me ask you a serious question. Let's put aside the college essay process. Where was a place you went this summer that you really had a great time, and it was really peaceful? That you can share on air.
I've been working this summer, Mr. Ferraro, so I did go to Lake George for a weekend and went out and kayaked to a small island and swam, and then took a canoe out in the evening.
Okay, so that would be the Thoreau-Emerson model, right?
It would, and since Thoreau and Emerson, since Thoreau did that, I would not write this essay.
Yes, everything's been done, Mr. Cooper. There's no more original ideas in the world. We need to take an idea that's already been done and put a spin on it.
Mr. Ferraro, there are no original ideas.
Anyway, you could do the essay on Lake George. You could do the essay on where you worked this summer, seeing your children content and being able to provide for them. You could take a page out of my book and talk about a restaurant that you love. Not because it's a, all-you-can-eat buffet, although it very well might be. It's because of what you achieve there. It could be in the coaching box. It could be in front of the classroom. It could be in your writing desk. How can you not dig into your soul and find something original in this question, sir?
Oh, I could, but I won't, because I don't think there is anything original in this question. So I hope our audience of four is definitely enjoying this banter and this disagreement. But my answer to that is, you could do that, or you could answer a better question and avoid doing what everybody else did. Because I can tell you, by the 15th time I read this essay about how content I am on whatever fill-in-the-blank field or at whatever fill-in-the-blank club, I'm going to go insane and just, probably throw it out a window.
Yeah, for the viewers that have been listening loyally, and I'm sure there's hundreds, they've known that you've been on the bandwagon of avoiding cliche. And that's a great piece of advice. There's never anything wrong with that. But I think that our students are going to go so far to avoid that cliche that they end up spinning themselves in circles and saying, well, what am I supposed to write? I didn't spend my summer in Nigeria developing an irrigation system.
And you don't have to, and I think you make a great point in that these college essays do not need to be huge stories that show how much more awesome you are than everybody else. I think they can be simple stories that show how you are unique, just like everybody else, but how you are unique and different. And I just feel like the question itself sets up for what everybody else is going to do.
I feel like I could write. Go ahead.
Did go to do missionary work in Peru helping whoever. I mean that.
I feel like I could write a dynamite essay about standing next to my dad buttering toast every Sunday morning at his cafe. I feel like I could write a dynamite essay about the batter's box. I feel like I could write a dynamite essay if I was religious. I could write a dynamite essay about a place that you travel. The one thing that you don't want to do, and here's my cliche alert of the show. This line should be nowhere in any of your essays, especially this one. The feeling I get when I stand in blank is indescribable. First of all, your job is to describe it, so please don't say that line. But that's when it becomes cliche, when you have the same line that could be plucked out of anyone else's essay and put in there.
Yeah, it does. And you just listed several examples, and I think out of all those examples, I'll pick one that not everybody's going to write. You buttering toast with your dad at the restaurant. Because
are you about to ruin my family history?
No, I think you
Okay.
have a very specific circumstance there that allows you to write about what not a million other people are writing about. Now, had you chosen the other one about the batter's box, I would roll my eyes. I'd put the red X through the word and write, "This is where I stopped reading your boring essay," and I
Wow.
move on to somebody else. That's what would happen in my class. By the way, I am going to do that. The first time I read your essays, I'm putting a red X through the word that indicates the precise moment I stopped reading your essay.
So you're trying to make people better today through maybe scaring them.
Yes, and that's where we differ. I want to
This is not a show about where
we
we
both
differ.
want to help
Only
people. We want
tonight.
to make people feel good. I want to scare them.
I don't know what else to say. Here's my closing words and my closing argument about this essay. You know right now if you could pull this off. Block out Mr. Cooper. I know you've never done that before, and ask yourself this question. Do you feel passionately about a place? If the answer is yes, and it's not, you know, the Jersey Shore, no offense, it's not Disney World, no offense, although I just heard Mrs. White groan. Um, if it's something that you can make specific, even if it's a cliche place, go ahead and do it, is my advice.
I can hear that essay right now. I feel perfectly content in the Jersey Shore.
I
I
feel like that.
myself in the Jersey Shore. Yeah, I can hear that right now.
How about on a boat with my grandfather in the middle of a river fishing?
Uh, eh, eh, Sappy and sentimental. Go on.
The place where your soul is supposed to be. What is there? Is it some type of other substance, or
That are you asking me directly, or
I'm asking you, students. I'm saying, students, if you have a little bit of a passion for a place, if it means a lot to you, I think that a little healthy disagreement in the summer and August is very, very productive.
I
That's
think I agree with you, Mr. Ferraro. I also have to say to the students, don't. That my advice is to not do it. Mr. Ferraro is to do it if you feel it.
what was the one that I hated? I should know this, but there was one question that I didn't like at all.
Oh, let me look that
What
up.
was question one? What was it?
Question one, the background or story that is so central to
Yes,
humanity.
that's the one to not do unless you went to Peru and Zimbabwe. Yes,
I think
correct.
we agreed slightly on that and disagreed. Not so much as this much as this one. We didn't we disagreed on this more so.
Do you think that there are students right now that are ripping up? Can you hear people ripping up their drafts after this episode?
I can hear both people who wrote this essay. Correct. I probably will hear in about 3 weeks the sound of pen to paper when people find this to be not typed. Uh, uh, and then I hope you're content at a desk all night redoing this essay. That's what I'd say.
Oh God. Okay. Well, on that note, I'm going to see Boyhood with my wife this week. That's one of our date situations. So please go see Boyhood so we could talk about it on the next Hangout.
I'll
Uh,
check that out. Maybe I can probably get there Thursday night.
the movie Chef has been highly recommended to me too. If you're watching for another recommendation,
I haven't heard of that movie, Mr. Farrell. I read books.
John Favreau's in it, and I heard Sofia Vergara is in it as well, but I'm not sure.
Who's Sofia Vergara?
On that note, Mr. Cooper, it's been a wonderful time. If you still made it to the end, God bless you.
All right.
Um,
Before you go, Mr. Farrell, I have to share with you some books my daughter and I have been reading in the past weeks. The For the fourth night in a row, we've read this classic by Bruce Deegan called Jamberry. Classic tale about berries. It rhymes. We did read this several nights in a row now. Also, my daughter has memorized her first book. She's 2. That is called Brown Bear, What Do You See? I think that's just worth sharing, only because the sad reality is that between these 2 books, my daughter and I have read more in the past week than 74% of Americans will have read by the end of 2014.
So you went glasses half empty tonight.
I did. Do you have a joke to end us with?
I'm not going to set myself up for that, but I will say that we purchased Shrek, the original tale by William Steig, to be read by Stanley Tucci and Meryl Streep for our long trip to the shore that we will be going to this week. So my children will be getting a narrated book on audio, and hopefully Tucci and Streep, decent actors that I'm sure you have fault with, will take us to the destination. I got nothing else. R2, thanks so much.
I'm going to stop the broadcast. I hope they enjoyed our disagreement in which you were completely wrong.